Ahmed Seedat. You start over again. I hold an MBA from the Management College of South Africa, amongst plenty other degrees. Mancosta is one of the top 5 business schools on the African continent. I'm the author of Profits Progeny Politics, as well as the book on dynamics of succession in family-owned businesses, as well as what we have taken is that we have taken management concepts and we have adapted it to build capacity within family-owned businesses. And we started off with Peter Drucker's management objectives so that we could build capacity with family-owned businesses on the subject. What we are up to, we realign family businesses. And how we go about realigning family businesses, I'll give you a brief overview on that. The founders, these are founders, people that build their businesses. They have the tenacity, the pluck, the valor, and they were community orientated. And what they did was that they built their businesses on found principles. We have the chicken there. It could be a chicken or a duck, but the chicken always laid the golden egg, and they laid the foundation. The founders laid the foundation. Then we have the next generation. You can see we have the Wi-Fi. They are the savvy generation. They know it all, well educated, well spoiled by the founders. They are the new kids on the block. They like to enjoy life. They're very savvy. They've traveled extensively and really spoiled by the founders. And what's happening is that these people, they create confusion between the two generations. If you spoil your kids and they are not well disciplined, what happens is that there's always friction. And this is what we find in many family businesses presently. At this point, we get a call. At this point, okay, we get a call normally from either the buggy or the lighting. Right? And some of the comments at this point are, there's something wrong with my son. I think he's my daughter not working where she wants him. We need to speak to him. Alternatively, the bunny has gone senile. We need to give him a talk. This is what we do, mediocrity to excellence. We bring families out of us. We mediate and bring families together. What we do is that we clear blurry lines of control. We clear blurry lines. We maintain harmony between siblings. New entrants into the family, we bring them into a very cordial manner. At this point, my co-host, Mr. Idris Kamisa, comes in, where he handles the emotional side of it. Because in most instances in family and businesses, to get the businesses right, in the realignment, we find that you need a lot of emotional intelligence therapy to get people to realign their thoughts. At the same time, what happens at this point, we find that some of the issue will have that who has a bigger house. And somebody wants to build a house similar to what the previous person had, so we get Mr. Abdullah Chidki, who's also here, renowned QS, to tell us, you know what, this house is worth, I think he spent 3 million, let's balance it off and get him another house worth 3 million. Right? Thereafter, we'll have to go to Shoaib and tell Shoaib, you know what, we need to draw a house, so come up with a house, something similar, so we can maintain harmony between the siblings. So these are some of the issues that we're having in family businesses presently. Once we assist families sorting out the personal issues, in most instances we find that when we have a very holistic approach in sorting out family businesses and when there's harmony, they are able to climb ladders, they are able to scale heights. So this is what vector consulting is all about, and this is what Idris and I normally do most of the time, in fact all the time. This is a very important saying that was given to me by my dear friend, Professor Yusuf Korodia. And before we started this series, we had breakfast one morning at his offices overlooking the harbour. In fact, we had to look straight and look, it was overlooking the harbour. We couldn't look onto Samura Mashal very early in the morning. And this is what he said: preservation of wealth would lead to improved quality of life that will be vital to sustainable family relationships. Preservation of wealth would lead to improved quality of life that would be vital to sustainable family relationships. The reason why he said this was that you go out as a business people, you'll make the money, but many people are not qualified to handle the amount of money that they are having presently. So what you need to do, the message that he gave me on that particular day was, you need to portray the message that you need to qualify people to handle money. Because many people, if you give an individual 50 rand and tell a person to go spend 50 rand, they'll spend that 50 rand very quickly. But how long will it take them to earn that 50 rand? That's the point he was trying to make. Always preserve what you have. Going forward, we're having our family business conference in Mauritius, February 2020, in collaboration with the Cambridge Institute of Massachusetts. Mr. Javed is going to ask me after this why Mauritius. Mauritius Tourism contacted us and offered us a deal based on the event that we had last year. We had a family business conference in Durban and Johannesburg, and based on the attendees and a few people from Mauritius attended the conference on a very ad hoc basis, and they felt that there was a need, so they got hold of Mauritius Tourism, and Mauritius Tourism will be assisting us in getting delegates over with subsidized airfares and hotel accommodation. So those of you that are interested can contact us. The Cambridge Institute is an institute that runs out of Boston, Massachusetts, by Dr. John A. Davis. He's a world-renowned authority on family-owned business. He has written the model, the three-circle model. You can Google him. You should have more information. As we have more information, we'll circulate it on our mailing list. I'd like now to hand over to Professor Ahmed Seedat, our guest of today. His topic is on organizational ethics. Prof. Seedat is an associate professor of the UKZN at the time of retirement. He's a full-time physician, lecturer at UKZN from 1975 to 2008, head of gastrointestinal unit from 1981 to 2004, part-time physician lecturer at UKZN 2009 to 2019, has served on UKZN medical school selection, bursary and curriculum committees for about 20 years each, has been the secretary and president of the South African Gastroenterology Society, now fully retired, present interests, the science of happiness and improvement of basic education for South Africa's underprivileged. One other basic interest of Professor Samji, which I am going to say, is that Professor Samji, I've interacted with him for the past 6 months, a man of wisdom, and he's a person that carries a lot of knowledge, and he's always willing to share his knowledge with you. Professor Samji.